Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a post-fight show for UFC 249. Gaethje versus Ferguson for the UFC Interim Lightweight Championship of the World. And then the co-main event was for the UFC Bantamweight Championship of the World. Henry Cejudo defending against Dominic Cruz. And so this is a post-fight rundown of the main card. Let's get started. So, we kicked off the main card with a heavyweight clash with Greg Hardy and Yorgan de Castro. And yeah, I got this one wrong on my predictions, I'll admit. Greg Hardy looked pretty good. He went unanimous decision, 30-27. And basically, he just paced himself. He didn't, try to go for the kill shot each and every shot. And he just picked apart de Castro, and it was a smart game plan. And de Castro was just chasing him, it seemed like, and it was a smart move for Greg Hardy. American Top Team has taught Greg Hardy pretty well, and I got to give Greg Hardy props. I'm pretty impressed with his skills, and I think he learned from his loss with brain fart right now. Anyways, he learned from his loss, yeah, it's. Yeah, this was a good fight. Then we had a catchweight bout with Calvin Kattar and Jeremy Stephens at 150 because Jeremy Stephens missed weight by over, well, 146 was the weight limit, and then yeah, 146 was the weight limit. Then he was over by 4.5 pounds. I picked Calvin Kattar on this one. I got this one right. And Calvin Kattar won. I thought he was going to win by decision, but he proved me wrong, getting a second round stoppage, TKO, elbows, and punches, and it was vicious. Jeremy Stephens had a vicious gash on his forehead, and it was brutal knockout victory for Calvin Kattar. I hope Jeremy Stephens recovers well and comes back strong. And Calvin Kattar, I think you got to give this guy a top 10, top 15 for his next opponent for sure at featherweight. And he made weight cleanly, without issues, and he's ready to go. Yeah, I can't wait to see more Calvin Kattar. Then, oh yeah, Volkov was the, Alexander Volkov was the guy that beat Hardy. Anyways, that's who I was thinking of. But anyways, yeah, back to the heavyweight division. We had Francis Ngannou versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. I think, hopefully I didn't butcher that name, but yeah, Francis Ngannou won, 22nd knockout, and I predicted Francis Ngannou would win pretty cleanly here, and he did. I was not expecting it to be this fast. I thought maybe it'd go for a minute or two, but I think I did say on my pre-fight show that he would win by first round knockout. Then we get into the co-main event. Henry Cejudo defending against Dominic Cruz, a second round TKO, knees and punches. Impressive win for Henry Cejudo with just seconds left in the second round. He was just outpointing Dominic Cruz through the first round and throughout the second round up until the stoppage. Dominic Cruz, I can see why he's upset about the early stoppage, but had he not got stopped, he would have gone into round 3 down 2 rounds already. And all it would have taken is Cejudo to win one more round, and he would have won 3-2 by decision, in my opinion. So not the most grievous of rough calls, but I do see an argument for the early stoppage. But I think ultimately the right guy won this fight, and that's Henry Cejudo. And it'll be fun to see where he decides to go from here. Then we have, yeah, oh yeah, so he mentioned his retirement. Let's see if it sticks. That's what I was getting at. Then in the lightweight division, we had Justin Gaethje versus Tony Ferguson. And yeah, this one just blew me out of the water. I was not expecting it. Justin Gaethje won pretty much every round decisively. You could argue, I think it was round 3 when Ferguson landed the uppercut. And then you saw Gaethje drop momentarily. And you could say, well, maybe Tony won that round. But even that round, if you said Gaethje won, I wouldn't disagree. And Gaethje was just dominating the fight. And he wins TKO punches knee deep into round 5. It was an impressive win, and I think Justin Gaethje is the guy to beat Khabib. I've said it before, I'll say it again. As much as I like Tony, I think I picked him to win this fight. However, I felt if Justin ever got his hands on Khabib, he would beat Khabib, but Tony stylistically could not beat Khabib. So I think we're going to see a new undisputed UFC lightweight champ of the world in the coming months. And there you go. There's my thoughts on UFC 249. It was a great card, 4 finishes out of the 5-fight main card. The prelims were kind of hit and miss. I felt like too many decisions for me, but you had some good moments on the prelims as well. And there you have it. That wraps up my post-fight show. Stay tuned for my pre-fight for Smith versus Teixeira, UFC Fight Night on ESPN+. Until then, see ya.